they're going to come after you.
Sure, they're going to come after
Were
me.
you prepared for them to come after you?
I was prepared for them to come after me, but I wasn't prepared for the person coming at me the way she came at.
All right. Joe Biden trying to explain his awful performance in that debate, and Kamala Harris going too far, too quickly, especially raising a busing issue that goes back to the 1970s. Now, his supporters are questioning if he wasn't prepared for that, is he prepared for the job of President of the United States at all? All in together, CEO Lauren Leader back with us, Republican strategist Joseph Pinion, and the host of Sincerely Kat on Fox Nation, Kat Tim. So, Lauren, let me ask you, it just seems like a lot of excuse making here.
Look, I think, you asked two questions. Is he prepared to be president? I think, he certainly is incredibly qualified, but that's not how you get to be president. I mean, the fact is that there are, 25 candidates that are going to come after him. Sitting at the top of the polls is actually not a great place to be this early on, because it opens up a million doors to scrutinize every piece of his record. And look, younger voters are paying very close attention to this. Younger voters and women particularly are really watching.
Has he lost them since this debate?
No, I don't think he's lost them, but I think he's going to have a serious enthusiasm problem if he can't turn some of this around. And I think that's what candidates like Harris and others saw as an opening, this sort of tone deafness on some issues that are very powerful and real, for younger voters, for minority voters, for women voters. He's very strong support in the African-American community. He's polling super well in places like South Carolina. But I think she wants to chip away at that, and that's exactly why she went after him on that particular issue.
Joseph, I might have missed this. The president is not sick.
He's a lifetime of experience, and I'm sure he counted on that.
And
he admitted he wasn't prepared. I mean, look, he clearly had a bad night. The reality is it is incredibly difficult to sit at the top of the polls when you've got 24 people behind you chasing you, and who are going to dig into every piece of his
She was at the top of the polls.
Yeah, I mean, it is not a good place to be this early. Yeah, please clap. I mean, he sort of had that moment. I mean, that's not a great place to be, and I've said from the beginning, I think his numbers are going to continue to fall before they come back up. Look, Democrats have an enormous field of choices, an enormous set of issues to explore. There is a whole new generation of voters who don't have the history with him, that don't feel.
Yeah, they don't know it, and they like a passing ship in the night. One of the things he said,
and they're going to be key to the key to this election. It's not just about the primary vote, right? What's going to turn 2020 for the Democrats is going to be enthusiasm and energy of new voters, Gen Z,
and they
Gen
don't have
Y,
it for him.
Women and people of color. They have no history with him.
I
don't, and I don't because I think, look, what is the point of a primary in an environment like this? It's a battle of ideas. Ultimately, there's going to be ideas, far to the left, somewhere in the middle, and then they're going to land somewhere that's more in line with the American people. But I think it's a valuable process. That's why I don't agree with a lot of the people on the left who say we need to call the field so quickly. There is a benefit to the whole country when you've got a lot of really qualified, experienced people debating a whole set of ideas about the future of the country. So, I think it will swing back towards the center as we get closer to a nomination. But I think he's wrong to sort of hold this sort of, he's going to alienate a lot of, Kat's right, he's going to alienate a lot of the people that he really needs to turn out for him in the primaries if he's going to win.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in a very hot Saturday. We appreciate that. In the